And we're literally right back. Getting some of these in before bedtime with that too, so. Okay, we're at 210 right now. I can drop a lot of this crap off in Vendel, so. So this is just the first area. Oh, hello. Oof. You ain't saying a word, sir. Oh yeah, back of the head. Yeah, you did. Now we enter the second area. Dwarven boots, which I don't give a rat's ass about. Don't want. Don't need that. This area here, Deepwood, Val, or yeah, Val or Val, yeah, Val. In my personal opinion, is like the most coolest area of all the Forsworn territories. I mean, just look at this place. It's awesome.
You look at that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And the fact is there's about like 20 Forsworn in this goddamn area because most of them patrol within this area right here. And then you have at least 2, 3-ish over in this area. And you have at least another 2 more within this area. You know, and then you start at the very top of the area you have to go through too. So there's a lot of Forsworn in this area, and it makes a perfect area to snipe if your aim is good enough, and if the game's not trying to screw you over. Because a lot of them hold... There's no way you spotted me. This one went really scurry, really goddamn fast. Why is that? Is it daytime? What the hell time is it? Oh shit, 5:30 in the morning? I mean, I guess you could consider that daytime. I was hoping to get that guy. You can snipe them from pretty far away, but eventually they will start swarming you. So this is where like a good follower like Lydia or something like that, someone that's going to be like a really tanky follower, is going to help you out a lot because they will charge you with dual weapons and all that crap. Probably prefer to do this at night. Of course you can't. Ah, missed that shot. Trying to like aim it up to the point where the game doesn't screw me over on my accuracy. Gone. It's like one moment you're just standing there, you're patrolling an area, and the next thing you know, you're falling off a little bridge. This is definitely an area that I highly recommend if you're playing a stealth character, you do take your time with and study this area, because especially when you play this game on harder difficulties, or you beat the game and you say, you know what, I'm going to switch this onto a harder difficulty, studying the enemy's movement, especially within this area itself, is really going to help you out a lot, because you know where the patrols are, how many enemies there are. You know, their tactics may change differently in harder difficulties. One may go, you may have 2 enemies that might have gone left, you know, one gone right on easy mode, where now the kind of vice versa, where there's 3 going right and there's like 2 going left. You know, the diversity in the ways that they patrol can change very vastly. And the fact that I've taken these guys out and only got a minor detection is hilarious to me. But you can like raid that area, you can raid all up here, you can raid that there. I mean, there's so much stuff in this area to just basically just raid, let alone to explore. There might be some hidden chests in here. I really don't bother exploring too much of this area, just strictly for the fact that I have so much loot by the time I reach this area. I just don't have enough room. So, maybe off screen I might come back here or some crap like that, but... I get minor detection, but nothing too serious for them to actually really suspect anything, which is hilarious to me. Oh. Just let your guard down there, good buddy. Just let your guard down. I was hoping he'd stand still. And the other thing is too is that you're taking these people out in the middle of the daytime. That makes it even more difficult. And you have to be on your guard way more. Because video games make it seem so easy to like taking someone out. They're like, yeah, you just take this person out, and it's like as simple as that. And like, no, it's not. Especially in daytime. You are not going to get taken out. He's just protected by these goddamn spikes here. I know if I try to take him out, that spike is just going to get blocked by the invisible goddamn barrier. Shit. Of course. Because of you.
Someone there? Thought I heard something. That's your best, huh? That's it.
Yeah, this place is a lot easier if you don't have a follower, so. Alright. Game's up. Damn. There still may be some sleeping too. There's a potion there. I'll take that. Excuse me, sir? This doesn't need to hold your hand across the street type of buddy situation. He thought he heard something, he went back to sleep just to die. Especially in these areas with the Forsworn, pay very close attention to how many there actually are, because as you can see, there's 3, 4, 5 different huts, but usually will contain at least one Forsworn within in that area, depending on your level. Will also depend on their level too. Foragers or looters will usually be the most highest ones you'll come across. They're like a tier 2, tier 3 level enemies, so between like level 10 and level 15s. And but they usually are sleeping or sitting in a chair, and you won't know they're there. Even though there might be some action that's going over here, the NPC will not be detected by these sounds because their loading barrier or their detection barrier is only to a certain limit. So if you're fighting enemies, let's say over here, for instance, you know, this is a complete dead zone all the way up to this area. Their detection will not detect anything within this area because there's nothing that's happening here. So, oh yeah, you got taken out. Headshot, yeah, you did. There should be 1 or 2 more. We didn't come across a Briarheart, so he may be further up. And there's that one other gentleman that's going to be in that tower over there, so. He had that bow ready and armed and thought he was going to take someone down. Nope. Ooh, there's a Briarheart around here. Yep, I was waiting where he was at. Vendel just has to play defense. I whiffed that shot. Thanks, Vendel. This man had an ebony sword. Oh, shit. Okay, son. What are these things? So not the world's greatest loot. But having an ebony sword... Oh, he had this too. Shit. Dude was dual wielding some powerful ass weapons.
I've got your back.
When it comes to Ebony, Dragon, and Daedric, Dragon you will only actually really ever see once you start the main storyline. Now with Daedric and Ebony you usually see maybe mid-20s is when you'll start seeing it. Daedric you'll start seeing around the 40s. If you get lucky enough on some rare occasions. Hell, I've gotten Daedric gear when I was like I was like level 15 to early 20s. But that's an extremely rare case. Usually with Daedric gear you won't see until like early 40s to mid 40s. And with Dragon gear can be extremely rare. You can get that in the early 20s. Usually you might see it around the mid 40s to early 50s for your level. If you're not making it yourself. So that really depends on that too. Damn it. But the problem with it is because it's considered high level gear, but you won't gain any bonuses from it. So it's like being a level 1 character and getting, say, like a level 100 armor. It gives you health regeneration, it gives you increased attack speed, it gives you increased speed. But it's only based off of your character's level itself for a certain percentage. So if you're only level 1, say, and you gain that level 100 armor, you're only gaining, say, like a 2% increase in your attack speed and your health regeneration, like that, in comparison to a level 100 character, where you're gaining like a 200% increase in your attack speed and so on and so forth. So Skyrim kind of works around the same principle with that. Just because you get really high-end level gear and your character can actually use it, you're not actually going to really qualify for the bonuses of that gear, because even something like an ebony piece of armor could be like a defense of 38, and you say you have 50 smithing, it'll go up to maybe 56, but until you actually reach that certain level for using that gear at, say, level 30 or 35 is where you'll actually see ebony gear, instead of going from level 38 armor, it'll be up to, like, say, 60. Because you're actually at the required level in order to actually properly use that gear. And it kind of evens out Skyrim, or even something like any Elder Scrolls game, even like Oblivion. It evens out the game to where you're not so powerful early on in the game, where you're just going through just whacking everyone because you got an overpowered weapon or gear. It makes you unstoppable. So, yeah. I'm gonna drop down here. What? Oh shit, hello. Your draw was too slow, sir. You pulled out a dagger, I pulled out a bow, I automatically won. Then there should be one more gentleman up in here. Goodbye. I gotta love it. I'll take that, take that. Alright. He's using the ebony sword. I know you would too. So, just within this area alone, we're basing off just strictly armor. 15, since everyone uses armor basically, except for Briarhearts. So that's on top of this. 18 enemies just within that area alone. So, like I said, there's quite a bit of loot, a lot of enemies in this area, so be extremely careful. If you're playing a melee character. If you're playing a mage, you'll have a more of an easier time, especially if you're using astronauts, stuff like that, because you have something that's going to attack for you. I highly recommend you use the ice ones because they're going to be more tankier. Your flame ones are going to be more like your range characters, and your storm ones are going to be more like your glass canyon. They're going to try to one-shot enemies as best as possible for you. Eventually, once you get concentration high enough, you can actually dual wield them. Now, you can scale the top of this. You do not have to go through this entire area. There is a way to do it. You just climb on this mountainside and just jump up here, and you can deal with the final boss that way. However, that would be no fun. And let me check the timer here. We have 4 minutes left. So we can get through a little bit of this. Hag's End, which is the third area of this place. This is where you're going to start dealing with a lot of mages, a lot of witches, spellcasters. There's going to be a Hag Raven, who's the main final boss in this area you're going to have to deal with. So if you're not heavily magic immune, or you're not playing a stealth character, you may struggle in this area quite a bit. Oh, I almost one-shot her. That Hag Raven will continuously teleport through the levels. You can almost kill her, but I don't think the game recognizes it, and will still teleport her to the top of the area where you still have your final boss fight with her. Usually what I do when I'm playing a mage in these type of situations, I will usually throw up your your oak flesh or your stone flesh, whatever you may be having, throw a couple summons in here, close the door, and let them fight it out, so you don't have to worry about any after damage effects like fireballs and chain lightning and all that crap hitting you and shit. Oh shit, hello. Good night. I just heard someone like sniffling, and it was like, what? Take all your shit. With most spellcasters, they usually use wards because they expect you to either come as a melee character or another mage itself. So, you know, playing a stealth character, you can pretty much almost one-shot almost any mage or witch in the game, except for very few high-level witches or magic users that may actually be in here. You got point-blank shot in the goddamn head. You just straight dead there. Garbage. There's a glacial trap in here, a little ice trap right there, so just be careful with that. Some loot over there, but I'm not really worried about it. And there's this pressure plate trap, which I believe activates a ram. Yeah, ram trap right there. So just be careful with that. And then of course there's another trap right there, which I think activates either ram itself, or it will activate, I don't know, it looks like it's activated 2 flamethrowers or poison darts. And that dumbass activated that goddamn trap, I swear. Oh, and it hit me too. Thanks, you ass. I think it doesn't do that much damage to me. We have 49 seconds left, so what we're going to do is we're going to end the video right there, where that goes off, and we'll knock out the last third video for tonight, which should knock out the rest of this area. So either way, stay safe, healthy, and sanitized. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave comments below. Make sure to check out the rest of my videos, and hope you continue to enjoy this Skyrim Let's Play, or guide, whatever you want to call it. I'll see you guys.